Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We've got another legend style video for you guys where we are going to go through Super Bowler Smash on like multiple different base styles that you can find out there. As always, the army link will be in the description. And yeah, if you guys find this video helpful, feel free to drop some feedback. It can be in any form, honestly. Like it can be likes, even comments, or if you find them helpful enough, do feel free to share with your fellow clashers. It goes a long way to help the channel. So yeah, let's just get into some attacks where I help you guys understand things that you can try to exploit at higher legends and things you should probably try to avoid because of certain baits that are laid out for you guys. So yeah, let's just hop into the attacks. Alright, for our first base over here, we've got a Town Hall 15 layout that's been repurposed for Town Hall 16, where I think the original layout, I believe it was something like it had a rage tower somewhere over here, and it had an invis tower over here. But you can see over here they've actually switched around their towers, both location and the spells themselves, to have like double poisons. And as you guys start climbing the ladder, you are going to start noticing like people are going to start shifting to at least having one poison tower on their bases because of how frequently root riders are used right now in the offensive meta. So definitely something that you're going to have to try to adapt to. And yeah, again, like even like single infernos, for example, next to usually like merge defenses and stuff. So all in all, this is a very toxic base for root riders. It could lead to 1-stars. I'm not very sure. I have not tried it out yet, but I'm here to help you guys still take down all of the different kinds of bases that could start arising now that the root riders are definitely probably like the most popular troop right now in Legend League. So we're just going to be one of those few people that use super bowlers, and we're just going to try to exploit the fact that everybody is trying so hard to defend root riders that we can easily take down most of the bases that we find in Legend Leagues now. So again, like what let's just go through like what we can do and what we should probably not do. So as always on box bases, usually the approaches are a queen charge from the town hall, the smash from the edge, or the smash from the far end of the base. So let's just analyze our three options that we have over here and see what could work the worst and what could work the best. I'm going to start with the entry from over here, and basically if we just have a brief look, maybe I can have like a warden walk over here, maybe I can have a flame finger over here, and that should set up a funnel to go straight through the middle. Alternatively, if one more thing I could possibly do is have the warden walk over here, and while my warden is tanking this X-bow, I can have a flame finger to grab the rest of this compartment, and then instead I can push the jump on the right side to focus on the right side of the base instead, and maybe go for the town hall. This is a perfectly feasible solution, but it's going to offer some resistance because we don't know what's in the CC. We have two single infernos, and we are going to have to face poisons as well. Not only that, we're going to have to face two sweepers that are going to keep pushing our healers back while we are stuck in the poison. So all in all, it could be a very dangerous base to attack from the far end. I'm not saying it's not possible because the bowlers have a lot of raw power, but it's just something that you should probably be a little more careful about. Definitely consider sweeper positions. If it's possible to approach from the side or from behind the town hall, do consider that. You need to definitely start considering that these guys are trying to bait entries from far side entries for those root riders, and everything is set up to stop entries from that angle. So just keep these things in mind when you're attacking bases that you start finding in Legend League nowadays. But yeah, let's just move on to now the side entry, for example. If I just did that, sure, maybe I could get wall breaks over here, but again, very risky because these are closed compartments as well. And unless I clear these buildings over here, even if I had broken this wall, the next wall that would be targeted by the wall breaker is this one over here. So all in all, it's still expensive, and even if I place a jump over here, I'll only have access to this much of the base. There's still this entire area on the right side that would be left if I had to choose an approach like that. And of course, like I would still have the town hall left up over here. So I maybe not the best approach for us. And finally, we have the queen charge at the town hall, which I believe is the best approach that you can take on this base. Why? Because let's just have a look. So we don't have to deal with the sweepers. The town hall is literally free. I can get 2 wall breaks, one for my queen and one for my bowlers. Very simple, easy entry, honestly. And yeah, you can see I started setting up the funnel where I'm going to have the flame thing over here. I'm going to try to have the king over here. With the help of his giant gauntlet, he should splash onto the ricochet cannon as well behind. And let's just see how this works as well. If I had to even pop my jump over here, it's perfectly fine for me to use my warden ability early, because the CC is going to be a little late and we should be able to delete most of this area by that time. And let's just see that in action really quick. So you can see, like, the flame flinger I've delayed it a little bit so that my smash starts tanking this X-bow over here. And let's just see everything go to work. So as I was saying, the king has managed to splash damage that entire scatter shot compartment on the right, and now our bowlers are in the core, and the single infernos are stuck on those ice columns which we've managed to preserve, and that entire core is going to freeze up. And just look at that, amazing. Because we also delayed our flame flinger, our smash managed to take care of the enemy queen, and the flame flinger and our queen is going to be able to tag out this entire compartment as well over here. Doesn't matter too much that our bowlers are like splitting around now, because honestly, just look at the base. Like, just have a look at what's left. We still have our warden nice and healthy in the core. I think he's gonna go down now, but should be fine. We're gonna have a very safe healer transfer for the royal champion, and yeah, not really much left. Our flame flinger was healthy as well. It had I think half of its health left, and really there's nothing left that can stop this attack. So definitely a toxic base. Like you saw, like 2 poison towers, the ice golems. Imagine if we had the sweepers facing us, or imagine if we didn't have access to most of the defenses on this base. It would be just such a troublesome entry for us, and we surely wouldn't have been able to get that triple. But it's about identifying those weaknesses in the base and exploiting them to the best that you possibly can, and having that queen charge to begin with over here to just make it so that the poison starts fading by the time the bowlers start coming in as well, and just destroying the base from its most vulnerable point. Just perfect. So yeah, that's a 3-star for us. Let's just get on to the next one. Okay, the second base over here is actually an anti-super archer blimp base over here that is very popular at Town Hall 15. I think the invis towers are not perfectly placed because they should be covering the monolith over here, but that's fine. We have a smash, and you can see that this is definitely modified for Town Hall 16. They have placed their merge defenses down, but more or less the layout is the same with the queen and the royal champion over here. And this is actually a very nice base for me to show you guys how you can use the drill, because this invis core, what I usually tend to do on these bases is save that area for the last, because if these invis towers pop, if your troops manage to come over here, if there's any buildings left at all, they're just going to run back out after having triggered this entire core, and that's going to deal a lot of damage to your troops and overall just make them split around really weird. So how can we break this base down such that this would be the last area? And remember that we need to have a good amount of force going into this area as well. I'm not saying every last troop has to be alive, but we need to make sure that we have just about enough to get the town hall area down. So let's just analyze what we can do for this as well. If we had to start from over here somewhere, what that would mean is we would have to somehow create a funnel to kind of like rotate around most of the area. Suppose if I was starting from over here, I just need to ensure that I can remove literally the entire outer ring before I'm forced to go back in. And the easiest way I can see to do that is to honestly start a queen charge from this 6 o'clock corner, because of this void area. Like honestly, like there's not much else to do. So if we just have a queen charge going from the bottom and just let her go wherever she wants, maybe I can even have a like suppose my queen walks off to the left, I can just have a baby dragon going right, and that should honestly clear like this much, and then I can just have my smash come in over here after the queen charge is complete. And now you're probably asking, hey, there's like so many walls over here. How do you plan on getting your bowlers access to all of these compartments and actually making sure all the defenses go down? And that's where the battle drill is going to help us. It's going to bust every single wall open, because as soon as it pops up to target those defenses, those walls are just going to get busted. So yeah, let's just see that in action. If I had to think of an approach from this end over here, as I was saying, it's not going to be easy for me to ensure that the entire edge gets cleared over there. And overall, this is just a very light area. It's not worth sending my smash into this area. And you're going to see I'm going to do something very interesting over here. I actually used the headhunter and the poison lizard, one to target the headhunter targeted the royal champion, but sadly for me a skeleton trap popped up. Okay, the second one popped up over here. But yeah, you can basically have the poison lizard target one of the heroes and the headhunter target the other hero. And if the skeleton trap hadn't popped, I wouldn't have even needed that rage over there. And you can see over here it's shaping up very, very nicely. We've already gotten the wall break, and as soon as our queen gets closer, we can start sending our smash. It's literally it's another spam style attack. You can see I just dropped everything except for my royal champion, and we're just going to try to provide some support as we keep going, with the intention that we want to keep at least some force to go into this area. Just remember that. So I saw my queen was kind of staying in this lane over here, and that's why I dropped the skeleton spell to tank the monolith, so that my queen would not have to burn her ability this early. And feel free to pop the warden ability whenever you feel it's right. Again, it's all up to you. Like now you can see, I can personally see that my troops are starting to split around a bit over here, and they're not really staying tightly packed up. So I decided to use my warden ability. The royal champion comes in a little late over here, so that we can kind of keep the bowlers in this curve over here. And all in all, it's the best situation for you if you can save your RC ability to hit one of the defenses in the core. That way she can trigger the invisibility towers for you before you start even passing towards the core. Sadly for me, I barely missed it. Like she's just about to lose her ability, and she's going to barely miss hitting one of the defenses in the core. So I think she's going to get sacrificed over here. But you can see over like it's going to work out really well for us regardless. Now I still have the jump spell, because the drill did a wonderful job of opening all the walls. Let's just have a nice look over here. Like you can see literally every compartment is broken one way or the other, and I still had wall breakers to use over here and over here, because this is where my drill broke. So honestly, the drill has done a fantastic job. It has allowed us to kind of just keep weaving through this entire ring effortlessly. And you can see over here, now I've got my giant gauntlet, and we've still got some force moving into the area. I don't have any rages left, but it's perfectly fine. That splash damage from the king is going to help us out quite a bit over here, and I think we should be fine. It's a little risky, I'm well aware, but that's because I actually failed to manage my resources correctly at the beginning. So imagine if I hadn't used that one rage at the very start of the attack, this would have been like so much cleaner. But despite of things not going the way you expect them to go, you can still get triples like this on these toxic invis core bases like that. But yeah, that's another 3-star for us. We'll just move on to the next one. Alright, so this is, as I'm sure everybody knows what type of base this is. This is your typical double rage, very heavy stacked core, anti 2-star style base, and of course like we've got extremely dangerous rage towers for us. The only difference is this time the flame finger cannot really get great value anywhere on this base. Just have a look. All it can probably do for us is create a funnel, but it cannot guarantee that it's going to make life easier for us, because it really cannot help reduce the damage on these bases. Maybe the best value for a flame finger is this corner, but honestly that's about all it can do. We are going to have to go through 2 rage towers no matter what it is that we do, and honestly neither of them look like fun. because on the back end we're gonna have like the hero farms, we're gonna have these merged archer towers, town hall itself, this multi inferno, terrible. And over here, sure, the town hall is not covered, but look at what else is covered. Two expos, both the ricochet cannons, both the scatter shots, and two multi infernos. All in all, terrible base for bowlers. And of course, we're gonna have to probably deal with ice golems from the enemy clan castle, and even a tornado trap somewhere in the core of the base that will stop us from getting any good value, and it's gonna stop us probably somewhere around the 60-70% mark. And usually on these bases, these expos are not protecting one of the rage towers, so I try to squeeze a flame flinger to grab one of the rage tower compartments. But now I'm going to show you guys something really cool. It's a new crack that I myself have come up with on these extremely modern anti-2 style bases. I probably misspoke there, but whatever. So what we're going to do over here is actually nullify one of the rage towers, and I'm not going to take the bait of trying to approach this area early, because obviously, like, my principle has always been, for bowlers, try to target the heaviest area on the base, and try to find a path to the town hall, and that area would be this area. It would definitely be that area, because just in terms of raw damage, you can see like this area is so much lighter than this area over here. But I'm not going to take that bait. I'm instead going to start at the area where there's less damage, and for this very heavy packed core, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a blimp to try to just reduce this area pretty much. At a minimum, I'm sure I'm going to get bored of these expos, but what I'm also going to be doing is activating that rage tower, and that is so important for me, because it's going to reduce the amount of damage I have to deal with on the back end. And rather than me talking about it, I'm just going to show you guys what it looks like for me. And you can see right before the sweeper pushes me back, I've just popped that blimp down, and it's done a great job. Honestly, can't ask for too much more than that. Sometimes we get the rage tower down. I was just a bit unlucky this time, but all in all, still great value. I got two of the expos over there, and I managed to trigger a rage tower. So that's gonna give me at least a little bit of time to reach the town hall area. That rage tower is gonna go off again, but by the time it does go off, it's fine. Like, it's not going to be as effective. I'm going to be able to take down some of the defenses as well out over there. And you can see approaching from this area is actually working out very well for us, because people expect you. I'm just going to pause the base over here for a sec, because people expect you to enter from over here. Usually all the Tesla farms, skeleton traps are kept beside the monolith and the hero farm on the opposite end of the base, and they just expect you to fall for it. But now we've actually taken care of most of the toxic clan castle, the toxic skeleton farms, and you can just see this is already shaping up so much better. So remember, like, the rage tower is it's reloading, yes, but we're going to take out the scatter shot. I think we're going to get both the scatter shots, and the rage tower is a little too late. It's gone off, sure, but like, no expos for us to deal with. Both the scatter shots are gone. I still have my queen ability as well over here, and that rage tower is way too late to do anything for us. And my royal champion has just come in from the top of the base, and you can see already this is looking so good for us. So yeah, do try it out. When you see those expos protecting both the rage towers and they're trying to bait that entry for you, all you need is 1 or 2 balloons. There's usually some defense that's there to try to help you out. Just drop the rage bomb. There have been times where I've gotten both the expos, the rage tower, and even one of the ricochet cannons. It all depends on the sweeper positioning, so experiment with it, get a little fancy, and start using your blimps. Even in my previous video, I've shown you guys how a Yeti blimp has just set up my attack so beautifully on an anti-2 star base. But yeah, I'll just walk you guys through one more attack, and we'll call it a wrap for this one. For the last one, I'm going to give you a proper walkthrough of a base I actually failed in a previous video. I believe it was a time fail. It was a 99% time fail. But this time I'm going to show you guys how to do it properly. and how to actually space your wall breaks out a bit better. So again, it's a box base. I'm not going to walk you guys through it too much, but again, all you have to do is just consider 3 different approaches you can make on box bases. One from here, one from the side, and the queen charge on the town hall. These are going to be your 3 main approaches that you're going to have to consider on box bases. So just try to weigh them out against each other and see what works best for you. So if you guys analyze with respect to the tips I gave in the first attack in this video, you're going to be able to see, like, if I try to approach from over here, it's not going to be possible very easily because we have these open corners, and any wall breaks we try to send are actually going to open this compartment, which could leak our bowlers out depending on how we try to approach. And honestly, you can even see that it's trying to force our jump spell to be used very early. There's no clean access to the town hall. If we use the jump spell over here, you can see that there's still so many layers of walls before we even reach the town hall, and there's so much for us to beat through. We are gonna have those 2 rage towers, we're gonna have the sweepers pushing us back. Not a fun time. Similarly, for the sideways approach from over here, town hall is very far away. Maybe we can have a blimp for it, because a flame finger is not possible. There's 5 builder huts over here. Definitely not gonna happen. We're just going to have to depend on a blimp if we do this. And even if I get a jump over here, sure, maybe I can get some good access. But remember, like, this is just such a broad compartment for you to enter. The diameter of a rage is more or less just this much. It is very possible that your troops will start splitting in this compartment itself, and you are not going to be able to keep them grouped up. And trust me, these rage towers are so spread out, you are not going to be able to survive that area at all. You're going to have to spam even your royal champion, and you're going to have to move as a wave if you want to do that approach. But there's no reason to force that on this base when the queen charge is just so simple. They're literally even giving you the path into this area over here, and free storages for us. Very easy funnel. You can see, like, the baby dragon. I haven't even used my flame finger. It's just a baby dragon, and the king as well, to just easily clear the other side out into this other expo compartment. I'm just going to use his giant gauntlet as he's about to target the enemy queen over here. He also pulls the CC every single time. It's just going to happen. So that's amazing for us. And he's actually going to hold the CC in place for a little bit while the queen also takes the town hall down. And now we're going to join our bowlers from over here, because that's the last gold storage that's kind of left up. And overall, I think it should be fine. This compartment is yet to go down as well, so try to send your bowlers from over here so that you can tank wall breakers to send from over here into the monolith compartment as well. If I sent wall breakers from over here, they would target this intersection over here instead. But the moment you send them from over here, because the king has cleared this entire compartment, they will target the monolith. So do keep that in mind. Try to consider those intersection buildings very specifically before deploying your wall breakers. And you can see over here, I have started my wall breakers and they're going towards that monolith perfectly fine. So that worked out really well for us. And you can see this is shaping up pretty well. The healers will transfer soon, and this is the main reason why I run the life gem. If I did not have the life gem right now, all of these bowlers would have died. Literally all of these bowlers right now, they would have died. They were struggling with like maybe 10 to 20% of health, all of them, and they managed to survive until the healers transferred, and actually allowing me to pop the warden ability considerably late. And let's just look at how those bowler bouncers do what they do best. Just gotta support them with the freezes that they need. Those ice golems should start popping really soon. And look at those rage bowler bounces. Base cannot stop us, and this time, because I did not break the intersection wall over here like I did in my previous time I showcased this base, our bowlers managed to stick together through the core, and honestly, such a good job. My queen is alive with ability. Literally all three bowlers are alive with their ability. Titan is still up and running, and Flame Finger has only just now popped. But what's left on the base? Sure, the Warden, the enemy king, but those bowler bouncers managed to take out the multi-inferno, making it very easy for me to get that headhunter in. to easily get the enemy king down, and this enemy warden is just a sitting duck over here. Nothing much the base can do. We still have a rage and freeze. Just throw them down. It doesn't really matter too much. I still have my healers intact, my queen with ability, royal champ with ability, and we still got a freeze as well. So do try these out. It's time to start getting a little bit uncomfortable with the attacks that you're going to have to do, but I hope to make them easier with some tips on what you should do and what you should not do in order to start climbing up in your trophies. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Definitely do experiment with these new ways of using borders, including like Yeti blimps, queen charge at the town hall, all sorts of weird things like these. Like, you're going to need them. It's the only way that you can continue using super bowlers in the current defensive meta. And honestly, it keeps the game fun. Like, it forces you to keep trying new things. It's the way you should play the game. You should continuously try new things out for yourself and have fun with it. So yeah, that's about it for me for this one. I hope you guys do enjoy this one. If you did, feel free to drop a like, maybe even subscribe to the channel if you find yourself coming back often, maybe even share with fellow clashers if you find the tips helpful enough. But yeah, that's all for me for this one. Yeah, peace.